I am here to discuss your biology syllabus. Regarding this, we discuss today the chapter 6, which is life process, in which we study about the transportation system. So, in previous class of transportation, we discussed about the different type of things which is regarding the transportation, why necessary, what type of transport is required, and the blood content. We will discuss in this session the group of blood, after that the donor and recipient of the blood, then RH factor, and then physiology of the human heart, how it works. So let us start from the blood group. So see, blood transfusion and blood group. So transfusion of blood takes place after knowing the blood group. When we know about the blood group, it is easy to transfer the blood to other required or needy persons or patient. So see, transfusion of blood means what? So transfer of blood from one person to another, but it should be clear that the person who donate the blood having no any disease, no having the drug addiction, no any type of abnormalities in their blood. So they should not be alcoholic, they should not be of different hereditary disease carrier. So this is the test for that particular activities takes place, transfusion of blood. So see, transfusion of blood also required the grouping test. So grouping test as well as the positive or negative RH factor test. So grouping, how we know about the grouping? So you know there are 4 groups. Karl Landsteiner provide the ABO system of blood grouping. So ABO system of blood grouping having 4 blood groups. So A, B, AB and O. So they are grouped according to the things they have, so antigen they have. So say A blood group having A antigen, and antibody which is present in plasma is B. B blood group having B antigen and antibody in plasma, that is the A. AB having no antibody, but they have antigen A and B both, and no antibody. That's why they can receive blood of all the groups, because they have no antibody and there is no any type of abnormalities taken by the blood of any group. O having no antigen, so they can donate the blood to all of the group. So both antibody A and B present in it. So this is the ABO system of blood grouping. According to the antigen antibody present in them, they are grouped in A, B, AB and O. So see, O, due to presence of both the antibody and no antigen is there, that's why they can provide blood to A, provide blood to AB, provide blood to B, and on self they also give blood to O group. So this is the normal thing. So that's why it is called universal donor. They can donate blood to all blood groups, that's why they are universal donor. And AB having no antibody, that's why they accept all the blood groups of different blood groups. So see, AB can receive blood from A, AB can receive blood from O, AB can receive blood from B, and they on self receive blood from AB. So this is normal thing. So this is the way by which they can receive blood from all blood groups. That's why they are universal recipient. So this is the transfusion. So before transfusion of blood, we know about their blood group, what blood group they possess, and the blood is free from different type of abnormalities. So if it is pure or free from that things, not alcoholic, not having some medicated means some disease carrier, other things. So now see how blood group become positive or negative. So you know some blood group are positive, some are negative. What is the basis of their positiveness and negativeness? So 85% of Asian continents people having positive blood group. So positive blood group is due to presence of RH factor, rhesus factor. It is come from the rhesus monkey, and that factor is present in our body, in our blood, then we can say we are positive. Our blood group positive, like A positive, B, like A positive, B positive, okay, AB positive and O positive. So this is the positive blood group. They are maximum in number in Asian continent. So if their RH factor is absent there, we can say they are negative. So A negative, B negative, AB negative and O negative, which are very rare. So this is the activities which is examined before transfusion of blood. Now we discuss about the activities of our heart. So say blood move in our body by the help of heart, artery and vein. So heart, artery, vein and capillaries. Capillaries are the main structures in which blood flow in our body. So see, pumping organ is heart. So you know, heart is made up of cardiac muscles, muscles which never get fatigued or tired. So it always do activities from the birth to death. They can do the activity, the rhythmic contraction and relaxation takes place by them in systolic and diastolic very efficiently. So see how the structure, what is the structure of our heart and how they perform their activities. So physiology of heart as well as their structure we can discuss. So see heart, our heart is a 4 chamber, first chamber, second chamber, third chamber and fourth chamber. So they are made up of 4 chambers. So 2 chambers in upper called atrium, 2 chamber in lower portion is called ventricle. So it is very small in size, it is just like a fist and present just left side of our lungs. So left lung is smaller due to presence of this heart in it. So say atrium and ventricle. Atrium, upper part having 2 atrium, that is called, if we stay like that here, so this is the right and this is the left. This is the right and this is the left. According to that we name them. So this is the right atrium. What is the right atrium? This is the left atrium according to the position of my own body. So left and right. So this is the left atrium. Now see right ventricle in the bottom and left ventricle bottom. 4 chambers. Now they receive blood from the superior vena cava, from the inferior vena cava. So 2 vena cava means they are the big veins. No, these are the big veins. They can receive blood from the upper portion of the body, means above the heart, and lower portion of the body below the heart. So see superior vena cava receive blood from the above heart and inferior vena cava from the below side of the heart. So see both receive blood which are really deoxygenated. It means they have more carbon dioxide than oxygen. So here the blood color is different blue due to impurity in them, impurity in the form of gaseous things. So they send, means when we receive the blood, they send it to the next chamber, chamber, that is first, that is right atrium to right ventricle. So through a valve, it is called tricuspid valve. What is valve? Tricuspid. This valve is called tricuspid valve. Why tricuspid? Because they are made up of 3 flaps in them. So this is the flap. Due to presence of this flap, they are called tricuspid valve. From tricuspid valve, they move to the second chamber, that is the right ventricle, and right ventricle send it, after contraction takes place in the wall of the right ventricle, they can send it to the lungs through pulmonary artery. Then pulmonary artery send it to the lungs. Lungs remove carbon dioxide from it and put oxygen in it. So the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen takes place in the lungs, and after taking oxygen, what they do? After taking oxygen, they send again the blood to the third chamber. Third chamber is left atrium through pulmonary vein. So it comes to the left atrium. Left atrium again send it to the left ventricle. This is the fourth chamber or last chamber. Left ventricle. Left ventricle receive the blood and send it to the aorta. This is the aorta, big diametered pipe, that is called aorta. This is aorta, and it send it to the whole body. So it divides into two parts again, and one goes to the brain region and second goes to the bottom of the heart region. So this is the way by which all body parts take blood. So see what happens in this activity. So how the activity become started. So see, here is as a node present, that is the natural pacemaker of us. So at right atrium having as a node, some cells are there which initiate the beating of heart, systolic activity of heart. So they start the activity and rhythmic contraction and relaxation takes place in proper way. So they contract, it relax. They contract, it relax, means this activity takes place within the heart muscles. And after that what happens? So when contraction takes place in the atrium, the whole blood from first chamber and third chamber move towards the downward direction to the ventricle or the lower chambers. So when they contract, it relax. So contraction, that is the systole, and relaxation, that is the diastole. When the systolic takes place in the atrium, when it becomes systole, it becomes diastolic. When it becomes systolic, it becomes diastolic, means this activity takes place in a rhythmic way. So this activity makes the rhythm and make the proper supplying of blood or transferring of blood to different parts. So see, when it receives blood, it is sent to the second chamber. From second chamber, here you see, this is the pulmonary artery which have also the valve, that is called pulmonary aortic valve, this one, and this is also the aorta. So this is aorta, or this is called seminal valve. So here also seminal valve, here also seminal valve. Two valves are there which send, which is present in the pulmonary artery as well as aorta. So they are also both of semilunar valve. Semilunar valve. Semilunar valve. See, bicuspid valve is of having two flaps. This is the bicuspid valve, and seminal valve having only one flap, and it is not so much strong valve. So this is the seminal valve. Means what is the use of valve here? Valve is only for the one-way direction. So they can't move back. Backflow will not be allowed due to presence of valve. So blood come here. When they want to go up, the valve become closed. It allows blood to go down. But when downwards blood come to the previous chamber, they will close the chamber. So this is for one-way flow or unidirectional flow of the blood. Backflow should be prohibited. So after this wall is very thick, that's why because of they send blood to whole body parts, so they require more pressure to send them to the whole body parts. So now see what happens to our heart when they send blood to the lungs, after that to the body. So two type blood sent from heart to lungs and from heart to body. So that's why the circulation of blood here called double circulation. What is double circulation? This double circulation having one systematic circulation and one pulmonary circulation. Systematic circulation means the circulation takes place from heart to body and body to heart. Heart to body, and body to heart. So heart to body, body to heart. And pulmonary circulation means heart to lungs and lungs to heart. Heart to lungs and lungs to heart. So this is what? This is the activity takes place in our heart. Two times circulation of blood takes place from heart to different parts again return back to the heart. That's why first time and second time, 2 times circulation takes place from the heart. That's why it is called double circulation, and double circulation complete the whole activities. First time the pure blood sent to the whole body parts, after returning them and having carbon dioxide, that particular blood can send again to the lungs for oxygenation and then again return back to the heart. So this is the way by which double circulation takes place. So double circulation is required for what purpose? So it fulfills the purpose of oxygen requirement. So if there is oxygen requirement fulfilled, then we can break the energy rich food properly, and then they provide more energy to us, and it is useful for the animals who do physical activities. So physical activities require more energy, that is fulfilled by the taking of more oxygen, and more oxygen break the food and release more energy. So this is the way by which our heart is designed and fulfill our requirement of the energy supplements. So see, this is how heart means physiological activities of heart takes place in our body. So you understood the systolic and diastolic activities. Now you see how the activity of our heart performed in different ways. So see, first they receive blood, after that they purify the blood, and then they send it to the whole body as well as the lungs. So see, here is the right atrium, which receive blood from where? From superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. They receive blood. That blood received by them is not pure, it means it has some impurity in the form of carbon dioxide. So right atrium receive blood, after that they send it to the right ventricle, through the tricuspid valve. It is very strong valve having 3 flaps in it. After receiving the blood by the right ventricle, they send it to the lungs through a pipe called pulmonary artery. You know, pulmonary artery is the blood pipe which never carry the impure blood, but here is it exception that they can carry impure blood. After reaching to the lungs, they remove carbon dioxide and accept oxygen. So say they remove carbon dioxide and receive oxygen from the outside, means lungs have a capability to exchange the things properly. After that they send it to the heart through pulmonary vein. Here also vein never carry the pure blood, but here it is the exception which carry pure blood. So through pulmonary vein they send it to the chamber, that is the left atrium. Left atrium send it to the left ventricle. Through which one? Through bicuspid valve. Here tricuspid valve, here bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve having 2 flaps only. And after that the bicuspid valve send it to, then the 4th chamber or the left ventricle send it to the body. Through which one? Through aorta, a big diametered pipe. aorta. So see, this is the activity takes place here. Now the right means receiving blood and sending it to the body. Again they utilize and send to the heart again. This is called systematic circulation. Here you see, in this case, so here pulmonary right ventricle to lungs and lungs to the left atrium. So this is the activity which is of which type? The purification of blood takes place, that is called pulmonary circulation. It is pulmonary circulation. So one, systematic circulation, and second, pulmonary circulation make double circulation. So this is the double circulation which is required for our body for providing more oxygen, as well as they also helpful for the energy releasing from the food. So more oxygen, more energy released by the activity of respiration. So this is the way our heart designed. So coronary artery and coronary vein are present in the heart, which supply blood to the heart muscle, because heart muscle also require the amount of rich amount of blood for supplying all the things required by them and for their proper functioning. So this is the way we understood that coronary artery, coronary vein are useful for the supplying blood to the heart muscles. So the outer covering, that is the means covering of blood, that is covering of the heart, is a pericardium. So pericardium is the thin skin which covers the whole heart. So this is the activity which takes place in our heart. Now all the valves, you understood the activity of valves. Four valves are there of 3 types, and they retain the backflow of the heart. So you know that next thing, that is the heart beating. So 72 times per minute is the heartbeat. So at least the rhythm, that is systole and diastole, makes 0.8 second, and this collectively the 72 times per minute for a healthy person. So it increase or decrease according to the health of a person or the age of a person. So this is the way we understood the heart, which is which physiology is there. So next class we will discuss about the different type of vessels and capillaries and lymphatic system, spleen, other things. Okay, thank you.